Hello, my name is Jewel Whittington, and the artist that I chose to research is June Schwarcz. June Schwarcz is recognized as one of the most innovative enamel artists of the 20th century. Her career spanned over 60 years, and she created a range of works, from vessels and three-dimensional sculptures to wall-mounted plaques and panels. She initially worked as a textile and packaging designer, and she pioneered in a male-dominated field. Her groundbreaking work with electroplating and industrial metalworking techniques added depth and surface variation to her pieces. She drew inspiration from African, pre-Columbian, and oceanic art, Romanesque architecture, and Japanese art. Her technical innovation and unconventional designs earned her national recognition and a lasting influence on future generations. Her most significant work was produced in the 1960s to the 1980s. Now, you might have heard me say electroplating, and you might be wondering, what is electroplating? Electroplating and metalsmithing is a process that involves coating the surface of a metal object with a thin layer of another metal using an electrical current. On the right, I have included a diagram on how that works, and then a before and after. Why did I choose June Schwarcz? When I first saw her work, I thought it was really cool because she made her pieces in the way that I've never seen anyone else make them. Like they look like they're made out of clay, and I can tell that they're also inspired by architecture because they create like a space. And then once I started also getting into enameling myself, I found it like really cool and interesting to not only like put the color on metal, but to see an artist do that in such an interesting way. And I'll show you some of her pieces so you can see what I'm talking about. The first piece I'm showing is called Picture, and it was made in 1995. This piece is hammered, enameled, and patina copper with electroplated texture. The next piece is Bull number 561. This piece was made in 1970 and is electroplated copper foil and enamel. The next piece is called Vessel number 2359, and it was made in 2008. This one is electroplated copper mesh, enamel, and fire scale with brass brush finish. The next one is entitled, and it's copper and enamel plaque mounted and framed. The next piece is called Bull number 460, and it was made in 1965. It's electroplated copper foil and enamel, and it's also iron plated. The next one is called Electroplated Copper Foil Vessel, and it was made in 1988, and this one's made out of copper. The next one is called Enameled Iron Plated Vessel, and it was made in 1983, and it's enameled iron. The next one is Vessel 868, and it was made in 1982, and it's copper foil and enamel with an iron plated base. This one I really like because it looks like a little couch, like with a wall around it. I really like. I mean, I like all of these. They're all really beautiful, but this one was really interesting. But it's called Vessel, and it was made in 1998. And it's electroplated copper foil and enamel. The next one is called Vessel, and it's enameled on copper. The next one is called Wall Plaque, and it's copper with transparent enamel. And the last one is Bull number 592, and it was made in 1971. And it's hammered copper with enamel, patina, and electroplated texture. So some artists that were around the same time period as June Schwarcz are Alma Ickerman. Alma Ickerman was born in Pratt, and she died in Bloomington in 1995. She studied Scandinavian silversmithing with Carl Gustav Hansen in Copenhagen. And one of her pieces is called Balanced Bull. It was made in 1974, and it's sterling silver with red brass. The next artist that was also around the same time period as June Schwarcz is Arlene Fish. She was born in New York City in 1931 and died in 2024. Fish thinks of her pieces as objects of personal adornment and admits to wearing all of them at least once. And then this one is called Aquatic Bloom. Next, we have John Jack Pripp, who was also in the same time period as June Schwarcz. He was born in New York City in 1992 and died in Providence in 2009. The technical expertise he gained during his apprenticeship in Denmark, paired with a focus on innovation and experimentation, has secured Pripp a unique and distinguished place in the field of metalsmithing. And the artwork I've chosen to include by him is called Gilly's Goal. It's made out of sterling silver. It's 5x2 by 7.5 of an inch. And then it was made in 1971. And then these are my works cited. Thank you for listening to my presentation, and I hope that you guys look up June Schwarcz and you see how cool her work is, because it is really cool, and I hope you actually paid attention.